Hey, what's going on, guys? It's OGCP Da Silva. Welcome back to some Call of Duty Ghosts. Believe it or not, I was actually able to get a pretty good KD here. It wasn't high scoring by any means because I joined in late, but it is a pretty decent gameplay, so hopefully you guys enjoy that in the background. What I want to talk to you guys about today is answering a question from one of my subscribers, and by the way, he is a service member in the Marine Corps, so definitely hats off to him. And from one service member to another, I salute you and thank you for your service. But basically, his question to me is, being a service member yourself, do you think the U.S. pulling out of Iraq, or actually he asked, what do you think about the U.S. pulling out of Iraq? What are your thoughts on the start of the war? What do you think about ISIS? And do you think the U.S. should send troops back? Now, first off, let me say this. I have the utmost respect for those of us who are serving our country, those of us who actually sacrifice time away from our loved ones, family, friends. And, you know, to be able to sign the contract and say that you would risk your life and lay your life down for the country is just absolutely respectable. I mean, you know, the amount of courage to be able to do that is just unparalleled. So that's first off. And by the way, I'm going back to his question about the U.S. pulling out of Iraq. I think it is necessary for Iraq, the Iraqi government and the Iraqi army, to be able to realize that we did our part. Now it's time for them to do theirs. It's time for them to realize that there is evil in their country and it needs to be eradicated. It needs to be dealt with, and it's up to them to be able to do that. You know, we definitely help them out. Now they should not depend on us to do everything for them. The next question, what are my thoughts on the start of the war? And by the way, real quick, even if you have a difference in opinion than mine, that's perfectly okay. That's the beauty of living in a country where you have that freedom of speech. You have the freedom to have a difference in opinion than others, and everybody has a valid point. So that's first off. So if you have a different opinion than mine, that's perfectly okay. I think it was necessary to start the war, and it was something that we definitely needed to do. But again, now it's time for the Iraqi army and the Iraqi government to realize it's their time to do their part. What do I think about ISIS? Absolutely pure evil. Needs to be destroyed. I honestly think that they need to be destroyed. Regardless of what we do, what people say, even if people give in to their amends, they're going to continue to do what they're going to do. And the only way to deal with them is to absolutely destroy them. Do I think, or I feel that the U.S. should send troops back? Honestly, that's a hard question. That's a hard question to answer because we've just been, you know, war weary. We've really exhausted ourselves with fighting and sending our troops to fight in different wars. And it's really hard to say. There's no real right answer to this. Unless it's absolutely necessary to send troops, then I say yes. But I think some of the countries out there need to wake up and realize that there is a threat in the world. There is actual terrorism in the world. And until we do something about it, you know, or until they do something about it, it's not going to stop. It's always going to be there, and it's always going to be, you know, something that's going to haunt us. And we need to fight back. So, you know, if you stand along with every other coalition or every other ally against this thing, that's the only way we're gonna be able to combat it. But anyways, thank you guys all for watching the video, listening to what I had to say, and thank you for the question, Dumplings Pondu. That was my subscriber who asked the question. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. This is OGCP Da Silva, and I am signing off.